Have you ever forgotten something important? I do it all the time. Listen to this everyday, typical English conversation that took place in my home when I forgot it was my turn to make dinner. You'll learn some really useful, everyday British phrases. At the end of the video, you get to practice your English speaking skills by taking part in that conversation yourself. But now, just sit back and listen. Hi, I'm Steve. Let's do this.
Oi, when you supposed to be making tea tonight? I'm famished.
Oh heck, was it my turn? Sorry, it completely slipped my mind. I got caught up watching the match.
Typical. Well, what's the plan then, oh forgetful one?
How about I ring for a takeaway? My treat, whatever you fancy. Chinese, Indian?
I'm not really feeling a takeout tonight. We've only just had one at the weekend. It's not exactly a healthy option, is it?
Okay, fair enough. No takeaway. Well, I guess it's up to me to rustle something up.
What culinary delights were you thinking of whipping up from your vast repertoire?
All right, keep your hair on. What have we actually got in?
Okay, let's see. We've got eggs, plenty of those, a bit of cheese, cheddar, looking past its best, half an onion, oh, and some mushrooms that definitely need using up sooner rather than later.
Eggs, cheese, half an onion, and some stale mushrooms. Right, not exactly the makings of a gourmet meal.
So what can you conjure up from that little lot then? Baked beans on toast is starting to look quite appealing right now.
I could always knock up an omelette.
An omelette? Actually, that sounds pretty good.
I'm pretty decent at those, if I do say so myself.
As long as it's not burnt to a crisp like last time. Are you sure you're up to it?
Of course I am. Right, omelettes it is. Are we eating at the table or on trays?
Let's have it on our knees. There's a show I want to watch on the box.
Fair enough. I'll make a start. Okay, let's go through that conversation in detail, explaining what was said and how it was said, and also why we use those particular words and phrases. This will really add to your English vocabulary. First, we heard Kerry say,
Oi, when you supposed to be making tea tonight? I'm famished.
Oi. This is a very informal way to get someone's attention. It's a bit like saying hey, but it's often used when you're a little bit annoyed or you want to make a point. To be supposed to do something means it was your responsibility or there's an expectation that you will do it.
When you're supposed to have that finished an hour ago.
Now, when Kerry talked about tea, she didn't mean the drink that the UK is famous for drinking. It's often used, like here, to mean the evening meal. As well as drinking tea, you eat tea. In the conversation, we heard the word famished, which is commonly used to mean very, very hungry. I'm having both of these. I'm famished. And I used a very mild exclamation. Oh heck. Heck, which is like saying oh dear or oops. My excuse was that it had, sorry, it completely slipped my mind. This is a common idiom. If something slips your mind, it means you forgot about it. And the reason it had slipped my mind was that I had got caught up watching a football match. And to get caught up in something means that all your attention is on it, causing you to forget about other things. You get caught up in it. Kerry then said,
Typical.
typical, said on its own like this, is an informal way of saying that it's just like you, or I'm not surprised this often happens. It's typical.
Typical.
My suggestion was, how about I ring for a takeaway? My treat, whatever you fancy. Chinese, Indian? Ring for a takeaway means to call someone on the phone for food that's ready to eat to be delivered to your home. You also hear this type of food being called take out. I said it was my treat, which is another way of saying I'd pay for it. I then gave her the choice of what to eat by saying, whatever you fancy. To say that she didn't really want a takeaway meal at all, Kerry used the phrase,
I'm not really feeling a takeout tonight.
not really feeling, which is an informal way to say that you don't want something or you're not in the mood for it.
I'm not really feeling going to work today.
Her explanation was,
It's not exactly a healthy option, is it?
even though this sounds like a question, it was really said as a statement or a fact, and so didn't need an answer. The is it at the end is common in British English. It's used to make a statement less direct. I said that I would rustle something up. This is a lovely informal phrasal verb, and it means to make a meal quickly and easily, often with whatever ingredients you have available. Now, Kerry was a bit sarcastic. In other words, she made fun of my cooking skills.
What culinary delights were you thinking of whipping up?
Culinary delights. Culinary means anything to do with cooking, and delights are wonderful things. She's joking, suggesting my cooking isn't usually very good. And to whip up is similar to rustle up. It just means to prepare food quickly. You whip it up. I told her to, all right, keep your hair on. Keep your hair on is an informal British idiom. It means to calm down, or don't get angry or upset. To say this in a fast, natural way, move the R from the end of hair to the front of on. So it's not hair on, it's hair on. And at normal speed, hair on. Keep your hair on. You try. Remember, that just means don't get upset. Calm down. When she was looking in the fridge, which is short for refrigerator, Kerry said,
Looking past its best.
past their best means that they should have been eaten before now. They're not really very fresh. You can use past their best for lots of things.
Like you, Steve. You're past your best.
I use the phrase gourmet meal, which is a high quality meal, like a real chef would make. And we heard
As long as it's not burnt to a crisp like last time.
burnt to a crisp. This idiom means that something is very badly burnt. It's burnt to a crisp. Kerry said,
Let's have it on our knees. There's a show I want to watch on the box.
and what she meant was to eat informally, sitting on the sofa with your plate on a tray and your tray on your knees, instead of sitting properly at a table. And on the box is a very common informal British term for the television. Now it's time to improve your English conversation skills by taking part in that conversation yourself. Your words will appear on the screen as you need them, and for the best results, speak out loud. Oh heck, was it my turn? Sorry, it completely slipped my mind. I got caught up watching the match. How about I ring for a takeaway? My treat, whatever you fancy. Chinese, Indian? Okay, fair enough. No takeaway. Well, I guess it's up to me to rustle something up. All right, keep your hair on. What have we actually got in? Eggs, cheese, half an onion, and some stale mushrooms. Right, not exactly the makings of a gourmet meal. I could always knock up an omelette. I'm pretty decent at those, if I do say so myself. Of course I am. Right, omelettes it is. Are we eating at the table or on trays? Fair enough. I'll make a start. Next, don't watch the box. Instead, take a few minutes to watch this and improve your English. I'll see you next time.